so there seemed to be a little bit of confusion about joining everything together for the bringing the body and the sleeves together. So I thought I would make a little sample since I finished my solstice cardie and show you exactly what I'm talking about. So I have 2 stitch button bands and then 10 stitches for the front. And what we're doing here is we're bringing everything together on one row. So you work across your front stitches as specified in the pattern. You've already got your stitches held for your underarms. So now I've come to the point, I have 2 little underarm stitches because this is such a small sample. And now I have sleeve 1 on a separate needle, and I've already slipped off the stitch for the underarm. I recommend just sliding the needle out of the rest of the stitches, like your back stitches, so that they don't slip off the needle while we're focused on the sleeve. And now, after you've slipped off the first half of your underarm stitches on the sleeve, you just start knitting the sleeve. And see, our stitches are just going to be right next to each other. And this is actually the widest point of your sweater because you're going to have all of your sleeve stitches and all of your body stitches, of course, minus the underarm stitches. So we just work across the sleeve, and I've actually put the second underarm stitch on a separate stitch holder. I'm actually using tiny little removable markers because it seemed like a little too much work to try and put them all on bits of waste yarn. So I've already slipped off the last stitch as well, so I can just do my sleeve. And see, there's my second half of the underarm stitches. Now we're going to go back. Here we go. We'll go back and knit our back stitches, and they're just going to go right next to the sleeve stitches. Everything's just going to be in this nice tidy row, and then we'll start, of course, decreasing for the yoke shaping. But you see, there's all right there, and there's where your sleeve's going to be and your underarm stitches, and they'll be matched up at the end. And we're going to knit across the back stitches all the way across to our second set of underarm stitches for the body. And then we're going to add the second sleeve, making sure that the underarm stitches match from sleeve to body, because at the end we're going to weave them together and they need to be an exact match. Things are a little tangled down there. Okay, almost there. You get a little sample of my English style knitting. All right, 3, 2, and the last one. Once again, I'm going to pull this needle to secure the stitches there. And now I'll untangle my second sleeve stitches. And obviously these I put on 2 separate little DPNs. You might have all of your stitches on one spare needle. Okay, and again, we're just adding the sleeve stitches in right next to the rest of the stitches for the back. Sorry, let's get that needle under control. And here we go, going across the sleeve. A little more tapping, sorry. Right. Almost there. And then we'll get back to that needle that's making all that noise. And set aside the DPN and return. Whoops, here we go. Return to our left front stitches. And there again are the stitches that I'm holding for the second underarm, and they match up with the stitches at the beginning and the end of the sleeve. And now, let's make sure the sleeve stitches are on the outside. It's okay. we'd fix it at the end anyway, but it's better to fix it at the beginning. Okay, so now I'm almost finished, and you'll be able to see how everything is just in a nice little row. Front, sleeve, back, sleeve, and front. And we'll be ready to go on our yoke shaping. There's my last stitch. And here are all the stitches. So we'll work again from the very beginning so you can see. There's my little button band, all 2 stitches of it. This is the right front, and then the right sleeve, and underneath we have the stitches that will be used at the end to weave together for the underarm. And then we go directly into the back, and then sleeve 2 again with the held underarm stitches, half at the beginning, half at the end for the sleeve, and all of them in the middle for the body. And then here's our left front and our left button band. And so now I'll be able to just purl back. As you can see, everything will be groovy, and we'll start the decreasing on the next round for the yoke. I hope that makes it a little clearer for you. Thanks so much for watching, and happy knitting!